my name is Ornella Hernandez and I'm your CryptoTV host. I'll be breaking down some of the latest news from the Web3 world, starting with Worldcoin, an initiative to differentiate AI from humans. It officially launched this week. We'll also look at which altcoins are winning this week, and we have a special guest joining us today to talk about stablecoins. Let's get started. A man named Sam Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI and father of ChatGPT, officially completed his crypto crossover act and launched a new artificial intelligence initiative called Worldcoin. Its goal is to differentiate AI from humans through what it calls a global ID attained via AI-powered eyeball scans. So basically, the company is working to verify that a person is real by using these iris scan machines called orbs that help users confirm their human identity online. And each identity will be tied to a digital wallet that can hold multiple global currencies, including WLD, which is Worldcoin's cryptocurrency, intended to show a potential path to AI-funded universal basic income. Think of it like a digital passport that pays you to join. Worldcoin seems to be banking on a future filled with AI, and so much so that we won't even be able to tell who's real and who's a bot. And this isn't some far-fetched sci-fi movie plot we're talking about here, because Worldcoin is already here, and it has over 2 million IDs assigned and $3 billion valuation as a company. And it plans to expand to 35 cities across 20 countries. These Worldcoin tokens, which were given as an incentive for the scans, are trading at around $2 on Binance at the moment. The feedback so far, however, has been controversial. Some critics label Worldcoin's data collection as a privacy nightmare, and Worldcoin's privacy policy permits data sharing with subcontractors and potential access by government entities. Yikes. Here's what the internet is saying. The Autism Capital X profile tweeted that Worldcoin is Sam Altman's shitcoin, monetizing the last bits of his reputation before the world ends due to AI. And it goes on to warn users that the project is cringe and evil, and if you value your personal data or have self-respect, stay away. Another user, Alex Thorne, head of firm-wide research at Galaxy, stated that, but biometrics as the basis for security is actually terrible, because you can't reset your iris, your fingerprint, or DNA. No, you can't. And even Jack Dorsey, creator of the original Twitter platform, chimed in, referencing the Worldcoin manifesto and calling its attempt at global scale alignment cute, said in what I'd like to think is his most condescending tone. Okay, why should we care? As digital IDs and biometric data become more integrated into financial systems, the potential for both technological advancements and privacy concerns magnifies. Personally, though, I'm both stoked and spooked. Worldcoin might just put an end to proliferating online bots and deepfakes by distinguishing between humans and computers. Cool, but the whole eye scanning thing feels a bit too Black Mirror-y for me. What do you guys think about Worldcoin? Yay or nay? Creepy? Intrusive? Or is AI identity verification the future? And interestingly enough, back in January, OpenAI had launched another tool to sniff out AI writing, but it quickly ditched the project after finding that the algorithm could only flag 26% of AI-generated writing. Not great. Even AI can't tell when something is written by ChatGPT or not. And this spells a serious problem for businesses and educators who are trying to authenticate whether something is real or not. Even some teachers have overly relied on these detectors, leading them to unfairly punish some students. So is there a solution for accurately detecting AI-generated text 100% of the time? Nope. AI is getting so strong at writing that it will eventually be impossible to detect. Plus, anyone can simply tweak an AI's output to make it sound more human. So for now, a more effective strategy might be to promote the responsible use of AI. And this means teaching students and employers that AI can supplement human writing when it's ethical to use, and that we should know how to check AI text for errors. Now, let's look at some market winners. 2 altcoins are up this week. The first is Reddit's token called Moon, and it's the native token for the r/cryptocurrency forum on Reddit. Think of it as tokenized community points. Users that contribute to the subreddit page with posts and comments get rewarded with Moon tokens. And it's up for two main reasons. Firstly, Reddit changed its terms of service to allow users to trade virtual assets like community points and avatars. Now, big crypto exchanges like Crypto.com, for example, listed the Moon token on its platforms. As a result, Moon is up significantly over the past 7 days. And this is something that we call the exchange listing effect. An exchange announces that it will list a token, and then poof, that token usually, but not always, but usually pumps in price. Token listings are a lot like real estate if you think about it. It's all about location, location, and location. If a token gets listed on a small exchange with little to no users, then the token probably won't pump. But if a token gets listed on a big exchange with millions of users, the token has a better chance of pumping in price. And the second token that we're watching right now is called Hams. So what is Hams exactly? Well, a platform called hamster.gg has now live streamed hamster races. And Hams is the native token used to place bets. Yep, you heard that right. Hamster racing. And it's up because hamster.gg was all the hype in crypto this past week. As a result, Hams jumped from 60 cents to $3 over the past weekend. Right now, it's back under to $1. Now, while most people were out spending time with their families and enjoying the summer weather, crypto investors, on the other hand, were trying to figure out who was the Usain Bolt of hamsters. So I guess we went from meme tokens to AI tokens to now animal racing tokens. It's never a dull moment in crypto for sure. Now, please stay tuned for an interview with Edelcoin, a new player in the DeFi space. It's a stable payment token. We'll learn more about it next. Joining me today, we have Vlad and Michel from Edelcoin. How are you guys?
Thank you very much. Doing well. How about you?
I'm great. Thanks for joining me. I know this is your second time on the show, so happy to have you back.
Thank you very much.
So we're here because Edelcoin finally launched. So we're going to talk about that. But first, let's play a little game of this or that. So I'm just going to ask you questions of like, would you prefer this or that? Ready?
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's start. Physical art or digital art?
I believe it's the best as a combination nowadays, because on the one hand you have the physical art, which is nice to have it at home, but on the other hand the storage, it's critical, and for security reasons it's not that good. But to have it on the digital side, you have it always with you.
Yeah.
So I think it's the new way to have it, a combination of both.
And you can also display your digital art now. There's
Yes.
a lot of digital canvases out there too. What about you?
And I would think that maybe digital is now quite maybe not secure, I would say, because also it depends on what we take as the digital art. For example, those first NFT that were sold for millions, that's one thing. But if something else...
Bored apes and CryptoPunks.
Yeah. Or 5,000 days. And for now, I would maybe prefer the physical one.
Interesting. Okay. Just because it's more secure, you think?
It's, I think, yeah, it's more, I would say maybe stable.
Okay.
If it makes sense.
Yeah, price-wise. Okay, makes sense. And then I know Edelcoin is based in Switzerland. So would you prefer Swiss regulation or US regulations?
Oh, this Michel can answer. he knows this very well.
Especially from the actual perspective, I think there's only one answer. It's in general the Swiss regulation.
Okay, why?
And the headquarters of Zug, it's the Crypto Valley.
Zug, yeah.
And that's for good reason. And especially Switzerland serves with a good regulation. That's why we had chosen on the one hand also Switzerland, because it's a secure, transparent and good environment to have a regulated and compliant project like we do, Edelcoin. And in that sense, yes, Switzerland, definitely.
Especially, like you said, given the current climate in the US, it's probably
with
better.
With the SEC, it's, a bit critical for the complete market.
Same answer for you.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree about Switzerland. Yeah, that's why Edelcoin is launched there.
Okay. And lastly, stablecoin or CBDC, central bank digital currency.
Stablecoin. I would go for stablecoin. Again, depends what stablecoin. CBDC, it's, I think as it was said by somebody from EU, that banks may introduce CBDCs to more control people and expenses. That can be, I would say, quite maybe even dangerous from one side. But a stable coin is more free and it still supports the idea of decentralized, let's say, cryptocurrency.
Okay, I see. So because it's another government-backed currency, even though it's digital, it's still a way you think to have more control over.
I think yes.
Okay.
I think it's one of the things. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, what about you, Michel?
From my perspective, also stablecoin. I don't say CBDC is bad from the very first second. It needs to be analyzed. What is the backing? How is it structured? What's the purpose? To have it in a sense, let's say, like to ensure cost-efficient transactions. Yes, it makes sense. But then the complete structure has to be really done properly, transparent, and not to have, as Vladimir mentioned, to have basically a tool to track and trace and have programmable money in that sense that it could be negative affecting the community.
So now let's talk about Edelcoin and what's been going on. Please catch me up on the progress over there.
Yes, since our last time we were here for the interview, we have quite good progress. So what we did is we launched our smart contract. Now it's live, and we minted our first batch of the total supply.
So what does that mean?
It means that there will be, we have resources that are backing the coin.
Right.
So
the minerals. Metals, sorry.
Yes, it's precious and base metals. Like there are different, like cesium, nickel, wire, and other metals. So we have the total supply that is evaluated, and that will be like we will mint tokens based on that, let's say, backing metals. So what we did now is we deployed only the first batch.
Okay.
So that's what we did. And
what percentage of the total supply is that?
10%, right?
Okay.
That what we launched is 10% now.
Less.
What we minted. Yeah, okay, less, but like, okay, yeah.
Almost 10%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what we plan to do is next week we are planning to be launched on cryptocurrency exchanges.
Okay, like which ones?
Centralized ones, some of the best ones. And we are planning to be on XT and maybe Bitforex the next week.
Okay.
And then others will come.
All right. And so what's the best way to describe the main use case of Edelcoin? Like, why would you buy it? Why should one care about it?
Why to care? Because as Vladimir already explained, we minted the first batch, and the first batch is correlated to the underlying assets. So every user understands clearly what is now on chain, the amount of tokens, the same value is blocked in a security vault in metals. So what's the use case? What benefit can give you a stablecoin fully commodity backed in terms of financial bad topics which are actually happening? You have a stablecoin that is backed up by precious and base metals, backing up your wealth.
Okay, so it's a way to save money.
It's a way to save money
and not worry that it's going to fluctuate too much.
On the other hand, it's a classical payment token. So you are assured that you can transact much cheaper and more secure internationally to pay goods and services.
Okay. And are you guys concerned at all about like the dollar crashing at any point? Like would that affect Edelcoin?
Edelcoin won't be affected in that sense because we are completely detached from any fiat currency. We are tied up to the commodities which are backing up the Edelcoin, and that's the beautiful thing. So if you purchase Edelcoin, you become a digital co-owner of the backing of metals which are stored in Switzerland and Germany.
Why a co-owner?
Because if you want to own the full batch, you basically have to purchase the full basket.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we become in pro ratio a co-owner of the total volume.
Okay.
I would add to this because since these metals, like about your question about this, for example, dollar crash or something, Since our metals that are backing the coin are industrial, it's not, for example, gold that is very volatile. It's industrial metals that are used like in a lot of industries and have really high demand in different I cannot even name them all those industries, but the price of these metals is very unvolatile, I would say. So that's the thing, the beauty of it, that whatever maybe happens to dollar, it will not affect much the basket, our basket that is supporting the Edelcoin.
Okay. And so if we take it back to the use case of storing or saving money, for example, how can we compare investing in stablecoin, in Edelcoin specifically, versus having like a savings account in your bank account, or I don't know, a Roth IRA account, or like one of those more traditional ways of saving money?
Let's say compare it to a traditional way with the banking sector.
Yeah.
In certain banks, you have a government backing of a certain volume. Let's say Europe, almost 100K. So this is what guarantees your deposits.
Okay.
So if you have a deposit of 200K and the bank goes bankrupt, only 100K is secured. With Edelcoin, we over-collateralized our basket, so it's secured more than 100%, tied up to the metals. And in terms of the question regarding dollar, potential inflation or crashing a dollar, many scientists from the financial world said clearly, yes, cheap printed money is a threat and a sickness of the monetary system, and the only cure is commodities. So this is basically what we serve. We serve a stable coin backed by commodities and with more security layers than like a guarantee of a government for 100K within a bank.
Okay, do you want to add anything back?
I think it's the same. It refers to the previous question about like having dollars. So like, for example, if you have some traditional savings, they are in dollars.
Right.
So if something happens to dollar, it comes to the previous question that it will collapse, you know? So yeah, so it's like, it's lost.
Okay, gotcha. And then what else can we expect from Edelcoin? Any new announcements or something coming up that you want to share?
Yeah, the main thing, like the biggest step what we will do is again listing on exchanges when people can freely buy and sell Edelcoin. That's our next big, let's say, goal. And after this, we come up with different partnerships where people can use Edelcoin.
Partnerships like, for example?
As payment to be used in different transactions, to transfer, to lend, because we are developing lending and borrowing protocol. So it will be also the use case, let's say, of Edelcoin and some other partnerships.
So how would that work, that lending system?
Maybe Michel can say.
Basically, we're in the final development phase of our own lending protocol. And this will be tied up to Edelcoin. With a stable coin and a lending protocol, the health factor definitely way much better. And this will be partnership into our Edelverse ecosystem, where we provide different partnerships with different partners and companies to have a better ecosystem for the complete community. We also, if you see on our homepage, our new developments also for our wallet. So we'll have the Edelcoin wallet in the near future.
Oh wow, okay, so it's a whole ecosystem.
Many big things to come to catch up the whole Edelverse.
Yeah, definitely. So on top of the stablecoin, you said there's a wallet, the loans,
and the lending protocol.
The lending protocol.
Then we have a
launching boutique also.
A physical.
It's like physical goods online.
Okay.
For now. So where people can buy something related to Edelcoin or to pay with Edelcoin, some exclusive products, let's say.
Okay. Could you give me an example?
It can be even, we don't have coin now, even coins like physical ones that we showed last time. So even people can buy coins made out of different metals. So even it's one of the use cases.
Okay. And which metal would you guys recommend buying in?
Buying for personal use?
Yeah, for personal use. retail use?
I really don't know because I think
silver, selenium.
I won't go for a single asset.
Yeah.
It's always to have a mix.
Okay.
Because with a mix you can use the price correlation, and this is what we studied. What will be the best service to be provided? Not to bet on one.
Right.
Make a solid mix with a good research to reduce volatility and give the best stability and security what is needed. And that's why to go on one metal, if it terms, let's say, like only for design and jewelry, gold is nice, diamonds are nice, but in terms of asset, it's different.
Okay, got it. So better to go for a mix. All right. And then any advice that you guys have for individuals who want to start investing in stablecoins and specifically Edelcoin?
I think stablecoin is more saving of resources or saving of some, I don't know, earnings or something. Because one of the really big use cases of any stablecoin, including Edelcoin, is trading on some like decentralized exchanges, for example. And when a trader need, like, let's say he or she earned something, and they need to trade it after this. So one of the
trade it to fiat.
I mean, if they want to continue to trade later, so they have two options. First option is, for example, they withdraw the money to some fiat currency, and then when they decide to trade or continue to trade, they need to exchange fiat again back to crypto. Right. So that's the very good use case for any stablecoin. So if you trade, you got some profit, you send it, let's say you swapped it or you exchange it to stable, and when you want to use again to trade, you simply use your stablecoin and trade it. So that, I think that can be one of them.
Okay. Anything you want to add, Michel?
Way much more to it. It depends on if it's from a private user, from a corporate perspective.
Well, you answered the private use, no?
Yeah.
So then
for the
how
private
about
user,
the corporate?
definitely, the private user definitely has to have peace in mind after the trade. You can sleep well.
Right. And what about
relax.
for institutional use?
For, let's say, corporates. Many corporates see blockchain technology and as well the future of cryptocurrencies to generate an additional layer for their customers, but they have no, let's say, proxy rail which they can trust on, or they don't want to establish an own coin. So there's the potential to have a stable coin like Edelcoin and use it in their, let's say, like cashback system.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. I think we're running out, but I learned a lot about Edelcoin. And if you guys want to learn more about Edelcoin, make sure to watch our Web3 talk session that we had earlier with Vlad and Andreas. And please stay tuned for the rest of CryptoTV.
Today's crypto market report. Bitcoin's price decreases and stands at $29,000. The price of Litecoin is $91 today with a 24-hour trading volume of $500.8 million. XRP closes the month with a nearly 50% increase in the past 30 days. Dogecoin is up by nearly 7% in the last 7 days.
And that's it for today on CryptoTV. Please remember to hit that like button and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you later, and thanks again for tuning in, guys.